This video is about how to improve processes and eliminate unnecessary work. So the little drawing on the front is the essence of what this module is all about. Many jobs have so many different routines and pieces that have to fit together and people who have to coordinate that it becomes extraordinarily difficult in order to be able to get any work done. And this process is moving from that complicated drawing on the top left down to the one on the bottom, where there's far fewer processes involved in actually getting the result done. Now, I get involved in improving processes mainly from a strategic point of view. Often organisations want to liberate the human spirit at work, and one of the things that's holding back is the processes that people have to go through and the unnecessary work that they have to do. My name is Bruce Holland, and I'm the author of the book Cracking Great Leaders and developer of the Cracking Great Leaders program. So as I said, in many organisations, trying to make progress is very much like riding a bicycle with square wheels. The organisation just isn't designed to produce easy results. And sometimes processes and procedures are introduced because they made sense many years ago, or because someone had a bright idea that no longer is quite so bright, or because someone did something in a different organisation which made it more successful but really never ever had any value in this organisation, but somehow or other these processes and procedures have continued to exist in the organisation until people really are riding bicycles with square wheels. The rules and procedures and the laws and the practices and the work regulations, they can be like overwhelming with people. It can be like walking through thick mud, difficult, or spider webs that are holding you back, and you can see, you know what you want to do, but somehow or other it's just not possible. This module is about trying to simplify, reduce, and of course, as a result, strategic change can start to happen. People start to have time to really look after their customers. People have time to think and to strategize, and the organisation starts to take off. You see, what most people don't understand is that even small reductions in the number of variables and rules in a process can have a dramatic and non-linear effect in reducing the complexity of a process. Take out even one or two steps and you get this non-linear improvement in the productivity of the organisation. Some of the reasons why you should introduce this module to your clients is because it can increase the quality and reduce the amount of rework significantly. In the book The Yellow Brick Road, a cultured food company had a 50% reduction in dumped productivity. A meat processor saved $1 million in reduced loss of pellet damage. And a Kiwi packhouse had a 25% reduction in the losses of its fruit through processes that this module will introduce. Also, 80% of customer service is due to great processes. Many people seem to think that customer service is about teaching people how to smile, but actually 80% due to having great processes. And yet the processes in most organisations are introduced in a hit and miss sort of a basis, with little thought to how they affect customers. Some processes may originate by design, but others emerge informally or become inadequate because they are not changed as the business needs change. Therefore, often work is duplicated, undocumented, inconsistently applied, and personality dependent. The other reasons is to reduce unnecessary work, to drastically speed up production or customer service, to stop reinventing the world, and to reduce duplication. These square wheels in some organisations are simply incapacitating, and they must be fixed before the organisation can truly be called strategic. So the key ideas in this module are how to shorten, how to streamline, how to speed up, how to simplify, and how to standardise processes. You see, one of the main problems with a process is that it often flows through several departments, and often several managers can be accountable as the process flows through their department. No one manager is in charge of simplifying the process. So if one department decides to try and simplify the bit that flows through its department, it actually probably will make it worse for somebody else when it flows into their department. The key is to look at the end-to-end process, the start to the customer, and think about how we can manage this in a way that shortens, streamlines, speeds up, simplifies and standardizes. So what's in this module? The first is to understand the requirements of a process improvement process. I mean, most process improvement processes fail. And so it's really important that we understand the requirements so that we can make sure that our one's going to succeed. To understand international best practice, to identify which processes to improve, because clearly some are going to have a far bigger bang for their buck than others. To understand the 7 steps to process improvement. These are the actual tools to use, and a demonstration of how to go through, make sure that the process is streamlined and so on. This module will add value because it reduces the number of people who are overworked, overstressed, pushing these square wheelbarrows. It reduces the work started but not completed. I mean, when people are overstressed, they start things but they never quite get to the end, and so the customer is never quite satisfied. It reduces reinventing the wheel. It reduces time delays. Time is a vitally important aspect in this, and reducing time, taking delay out of a process, taking duplication out of a process, taking unnecessary authorizations out of a process, taking it out of people's in trays where they can wait for days, even weeks before they're approved. These are some of the things that we can show you how to do. It reduces paperwork problems. It reduces multiple approval layers, duplication of work, rework, and there are far fewer quality issues. These are clearly important things for an organisation if it has a process issue, a quality issue, a time issue, or a duplication or rework issue. So your next steps are to become familiar with the readings. Understand the processes, understand the tools, deliver the module to your client, and collect the revenue far more quickly than if you had to develop this process and this module all by yourself. My call to action is that you buy the module. It'll explain all you need for a successful workshop. It can make a real difference to an organisation who is glued up with too much complexity, too many processes, unnecessary processes, too much unnecessary work, where people don't feel able to achieve anything, where they feel like they're pushing these square wheels. It has all the readings, the exercises, the processes needed for your success. And it is a process that works. I've used it in many organisations. It's simple, but it really works.